Baku. It's F1 time, and I'm Ben McConnell, and joining me on the commentator's desk, it's Jess Games. How you doing?
Hi, Ben. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. You know, it's Baku. We've just seen some interesting F2 races, shall we say, and then we're coming into the F1s, and I imagine it's going to be very similar, to be honest. This is such an interesting circuit. It's all about that back straight. A couple of DRS zones as well to assist with catching up or overtaking, mainly getting yourself set up for, like I say, from corner 16 all the way down, right down to turn 1 is effectively where you're going to be seeing all the battling happen. Championship standings, well, things have changed. Samidia is your new drivers leader. He's 147 points, and then Top Tom's now P2 with 138. Andy, after the poor few races he's had, is P3 with 129. Yenab P4 with 114. Brownie P5 with 51. Krusix P6, 45, and then Mateo, Top Jack, Yonti, and so on. Galvan is best of the rest in P11 with 26 points to his name. So this is, again, we're going to be seeing them really start to contend a little bit more for that top 10, trying to get yourself ideally lined up to be in it should an invite get sent out to you. Going over to the constructors, though, the constructors are still very firmly looking good for Racing Point. 261 points for them, with Mercedes P2 with 178. So, yeah, it's quite a substantial gap. McLaren P3 with 138, and then you get a bit further away. You got AlphaTauri, Renault, Haas, Williams, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Alfa Romeo. Starting grid. This is going to be an interesting one. We saw the qualifying yesterday. It was actually quite interesting, to be truthfully honest. Top Tom got himself on pole today. 36.9. He was the only person to get to 36s, but Lou was P2. Yenab P3 with 4/10 gap, and Mateo P4. Apparently he's not practiced today. We'll see what he can do. Somebody at P5 with Jesper P6. Good to see a Haas driver actually scoring quite high in the qualifying. Top Jack actually quite low in comparison to where he's been previously. P7 and Andy P8. Owen in 9th place with Hugo's in 10th. So McLaren actually having a decent performance. And then Krusix getting best of the rest, P11. And then Yonti P12. Copy P13 and Beaker 14th. We kind of expected that a little bit when it came into the actual qualifying session. Then you got Dennis 15th and Assassin in 16th. Dennis didn't quite have the greatest of qualifying yesterday. And we've got Tino there in 17th place. All right, we are currently waiting for the drivers to get cracking with this race, but we are going to have a quick little hot lap here from Yonti. So remember, brake just before the 100-meter point, gets right down the gears and clip the inside quite nicely, run out wide, but not too wide. You don't want to hit the wall. Brake at the waiting sign, and then get yourself down the gears again. Get the smooth transition onto the throttle as the DRS wing opens up quite nicely, and you charge hard down this straight. Bring yourself back over to the right-hand side to make sure you brake just before the 100-meter board, right about there, and get right down the gears. Don't touch the inside curb and don't touch the wall on the exit. Just before the 50, down into gear 2 to help the rotation, and short shift up to gear 3 to get a nice, smooth transition on the throttle. Brake about 75 meters, get nice and tight to the wall on the inside, and again, don't clip the curb on the inside on the right-hander, and don't touch the wall on the exit. Coming over to the left-hand side again, brake about 70 meters, and get down the gears, clip the inside curb quite nicely, and then run through into the scariest corner on the track, Castle. You don't want to get this wrong because it will end in death. As you now come into the first straight leading you into the scary zone, because you know this is the build-up. This is the mini ping pong here. There's ping and there's pong there. As you carry on through into the esports corner, you want to shoot over that curve if you're a hard esport driver. If you're Yonti, let's take a bit more casually. Most important corner this, because you have to get the exit just right. You cannot afford to lose any momentum through here. You've really got to push hard all the way through. Don't make any mistakes. And as your tires start to wear, that gets more and more scary. Believe me. And now onto the back straight. Get the DRS wing wide open. There it is. And charge to the finish line to get a nice, juicy lap time on the board. We are now going into the race itself. Let me turn on the top bar before I forget. And also, whilst I'm here, may as well do the notification systems. There we go. So Furball, if you can hear me, if you could test, please. I've reset it twice, so I'm going to imagine I'm probably going to need to do it again. But the drivers are all in their grid boxes, just getting themselves set up with their setups, making sure that the top 10 are still using the same tires that they were on when they did the qualifying yesterday. And then those outside the top 10 can choose whatever tire compounds they want. But we are having a nice dry start to this race, and considering the cloud situation, it looks like it's going to stay like that for quite a while.
Yeah, I think so as well. No clouds remains to be seen around Europe because we were in the Asian part last week in China, of course. It's great to be back in Europe again, but you never know with this game. Even though it's nice and sunny right now, it may not mean the same later on in the race where it could change. So you never know what could happen. The only person that knows the weather is the drivers and the Jeff. Well, me, the drivers first, so they tell their Jeffs basically. But we are about to get going.
Very indeed. Formation lap underway. The prediction was in the chat. You had 10 minutes to get your prediction in. So if you didn't get it in, that's on you, okay? Deal with it. We are on the run-in towards turn 2. Top Tom leading us away. The notification system, Fireball, has been reset a few more times since you posted that message just there. So well, fingers crossed it works. You did put 420 ginger nuts on yes. So are we expecting to see a safety car or a VSC by the end of lap 2? It was actually quite equal when it came to the ginger nuts on the line. So we'll see if it in fact stays like that. But we got, according to AWS Insights, either a 2-stop strategy or a 3-stop. But basically, if you're on the mediums to begin with, you're going medium, soft, soft. So I assume in this case, it's going to be soft, soft, mediums. I don't think you want to do that. I reckon it's soft, medium, medium.
I think it's a bit of a risk to do 2 soft stints because you never know, due to how narrow the track is, you could be ending up boxing for maybe hards or mediums as well. So you've got to, I think, play it safe sometimes because it's mainly about surviving in this track more than anything, and you can get good results today. But I know these drivers, they're very, very talented, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of cars still on the grid, of course. And you know, we didn't have quite as big as predictions as last week. The big prediction last week, I think it was 24k or something like that. I can't remember, but not as big as last week.
Well, I think people are just a bit skeptical because Baku is one of those tracks where it can have very easily a safety car because it's a very narrow circuit. You know, one little incident can suddenly chain reaction a whole group of incidents. So it's no surprise that the F2 races were the way that they were, but you know, the F1 race now, a bit of a different talent class when it comes to it. Some very quick drivers in here. Top two in particular, qualifying yesterday, the only person to get into the 36s, and it was an absolutely monster of a lap time. So well done to him. Lou was very close, and actually Yenab, we've critiqued him in the past. I know I definitely have critiqued him in the past for his qualifying pace, or lack of, should I say. But he's really improved that in yesterday's qualifying session. It's actually set him up quite nicely for a really good run here today.
Yeah, I'm ahead of some media for the first time in a while as well. So I wonder if there'll be team orders, or I wonder if the boss will allow to let the drivers race. But it's great to see Yenab fighting near the top again. I like this, so it should be good.
It should be a banger indeed. All right, Top Tom is the first car on the grid. Lights are on then here for the Baku GP. And we are away. I think that's a good start from Top Tom. Yes, it looks pretty good. It also looks like Lou might have a good run, but not quite enough to get in the inside for it. But actually, look at the AlphaTauri there. That looks like Matteo to me. Telemetry obviously completely messed up. Is alongside Yenab. Might actually have gone for the maneuver already. Yes, he has. He's not quite finished. He is ahead now. But again, he's lost a fair bit of time for the car ahead, whereas Yenab is right on the gearbox of him, so he could actually look for a little bit of a send. But Racing Point are the kind of team who will wait a little bit before they decide to go for anything. And actually, Top Jack having a bit of an issue, getting a bit close to the back of Jesper there. Andy as well on the back of Owen, not quite able to make any moves. A bit of contact there from Owen into the back of Top Jack. I don't think there was any damage. Maybe a very mild amount of wing damage on the front of Owen's car, but I don't see any end plates missing, so it shouldn't affect him too much. But so far, so good, lap one.
Yes, I did see a few, I think, spinners in the background as well, but I don't think there was any damage. There's a few people going 3 wide. You don't really want to do that going into a dark alley, heading towards the castle section right now, but you probably will see the timing tower glitch a little bit. Just ignore that. We probably won't know until lap 3 where everyone is right now, but we know that Top Tom's still holding on to his lead. And yeah, Matteo got a very great start. He definitely likes this track. He's been practicing quite a lot, and he's pulling away from the 2 racing points now. So if he can have a good rest of the start of the race, then that could really set him up for things to come. And yeah, Top Tom's pace, I would say, is remarkable. He's already within almost out of DRS range of P2 right now. So this could be his race, but I'm not going to jinx things too much.
Well, Leonti's had a bad start already. He's got missing left end plate. He did lose a couple places. I think there was contact between him and Copy, I believe. I'm not 100% certain, so don't hold me to that. But he definitely has wing damage. Is he going to come in? He looks like he's edging towards the pit lane. Yes, he is. Coming in to get off this wing. A new set of boots alongside of it. So we'll see. What's he going to go to? I don't think he's going to go hards, especially if we're expecting a safety car in the first 2 laps. I know it says lap 3. I assure you we're not yet on lap 3. It is lap 2. He's gone soft. Okay, so he wants to close in.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wants to get the pace nice and early. Maybe he is also predicting an early safety car as well. So not a bad strategy call for Yonti, but if there is no safety cars, then it may go wrong. So he may be praying to the safety car gods right now, or you may just want to be on the same strategy as everybody else because everyone else has been on those tyres for 1 lap, whereas him will just gone on to the soft, so it won't be too bad for him. And the more position he gains here, the better, because everybody else has had hardly any damage to their cars. So Yonti will want to close the gap as quickly as he possibly can. And so I've got to say, another person who's done well as well, Owen is in 9th place at the moment, and he needs to try and make his way up through the field. Maybe this is not the track that he likes, but, you know, he's going to do all he can as well. And the Ferraris, powered cars, they're not doing well once again like last week, so what a shame. And looks like Gareth is going to get some big bucks because I don't think there's going to be a safety car.
Well, I'm going to wait till everybody crosses the line before we actually confirm that, but yeah, I think you're right. No chance of safety car, it looks like right now. Top time of the new fastest lap. We are now on lap 3, and DRS is now enabled. And the prediction can almost just wait for Assassin. We're going to wait for Assassin to go through. I mean, Yonti could technically cause a safety car, but I highly, highly doubt it.
No, I doubt it. They're probably clean to call a safety car at this rate, so yes.
Mateo. He's got for Lou, going into the braking zone. He's got himself down the inside into turn 3. And yes, nice and cleanly ahead. Mateo feeling very quick. Apparently, he's actually not even practiced today for this race. He practiced obviously yesterday and before that. But today in particular, no. Apparently he's been playing Minecraft all day. So maybe there's the technique, guys. If you want to get good at F1, don't play F1, play Minecraft.
Well, if you want to get into F1 esports, I would say you will need to practice. But if you're good at a track, then maybe just probably 1 hour of practice potentially will do you a world of good, because you can't not practice. But Mateo knows his track inside out, so I'm not surprised that he's liking this track and getting used to the track already. But yeah, we've got Lou as well, who is, I think, going to be under pressure for the racing points very soon. Some idiot is right on the back of his teammate. I wonder if they're going to use both of them for slipstream to help the cars behind stay behind, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big train fest, pretty much most of the race. Lots of cars going to be hanging onto the back of each other. And again, I might even see Lou go for retaliation here on Mateo. Should be a nice, easy maneuver to pull off. He's got DRS available. He's got ERS available if he should want to use it. Well, we shall see. There's the DRS. No ERS being needed. It's going to close in quite nicely anyway. Into the braking zone beforehand. He's already going to be done. Yeah, that is Lou back up to P2 for just a few.
Yeah, because you never know, Mateo could get back at him again as well, as we got Vexit that's got past Dennis, and they're having a little bit of a ping-pong battle, I would say, for P12, and Top Jack has got past some idiot as well. So Top Jack has broken the racing point slipstream, which is probably unexpected as well. And he's looking pretty good. He didn't have a good qualifying, but his race pace is not too bad. He's out of DRS range of Yen up though, so if he wants to potentially get past and make a manoeuvre when there's DRS straight comes up again, then he's got to get a move on as well. But, you know, the DRS train is starting to grow. The only person not really in the DRS train is Top Tom and Lou. The gap, 3 seconds. I don't know how Top Tom's doing it, but he is a machine.
Yeah, Top Tom is flying. He's loving this. The safety car is the only thing that would really ruin it for him right now. He just needs to not crash and just continue with this level of consistency. And like you say, he's loving it. Somebody and Top Jack, they did have a bit of a scrap going through turn 2. That very nearly ended up with somebody into a wall. And it also very nearly caused him to be outside of the train. But luckily, Top Jack managed to find a little bit of pace. that train has been recollected, recoupled. I think that's the name, isn't it? Do you couple a train carriage to a train?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about trains, okay?
I think that's the name for it. I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong every now and then. But actually, just pay attention just a second to Top Jack once more, because he is closing in quite quickly on Jan. Jan up with a bit more of a gap necessarily than he would have essentially wanted. Not sure he's going to be able to get anything done anytime soon. Is Mateo going to go for a send? No, decides against it.
And he's potentially going for a move on Owen there. And turn one, he makes a move stick, nice and easy there. So he's trying to make up his way through the field. But I wonder if Owen is going to do the cutback as he heads towards the DRS straight, because Owen's going to get DRS, of course. So is Andy and Jesper. So I think he's going to decide who's going to blink first, really, as we can see people trying to make moves up ahead too, as Jesper's closed in quite a lot. So all it takes is someone to make a mistake and then a DRS tray could just collide into each other, and we do really not want that. So, but I have to say, Andy's making a comeback charge at the moment, and no major issue so far for the top 16 now. To be honest, they want to remain cautious, really, to be honest. But once again, you're a racer at heart. You want to take risks sometimes, pretty much before you first pit. Can't remember when the predicted pit stop windows is, but we are learning as we go, because this is the first time we've done 100% races this season. Speaking from myself, Cruz is out the race and I pretty much jinxed it. Safety car!
Oh, big crash. So Vexit. Oh dear.
Oh, Castle Satcham.
He can't get through. It's blocked. Krusik needs to get out of the way, and he's getting another penalty. I mean,
Cruz is out of the race anyway. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, but his car was blocking the road. They couldn't get through. They were literally a car park. Luckily, the safety car got deployed, so it won't matter in any other way.
Vexit's struggling.
Well, he's struggling for two reasons. One, because he's got broken wing. Two, because he's been given 10 seconds of penalties that he doesn't deserve, realistically. But unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. He's going to have to serve them. And he's effectively down 10 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's got a 10-second disadvantage, more than anyone, to be honest. I mean, almost everybody is going into the pits. Top Tom, Lou, Jesper, Yenab, some idiot, Mateo, Andy. The McLaren guys are probably going to get double step right now, which is not ideal, of course. But the interesting factor, only one driver who started on the softs has not pitted, and that is Top Jack. Not what I would have done myself, but I'm guessing he wants to just be quick off the bat. But he's going to lose so much time when he pits later on compared to his rivals, because even though they may have to make one extra stop, the medium runners, they can make their mediums tyres last longer, where when he pits, the mediums will last a bit shorter due to the fact that he'll be pushing for long. So Top Jet may be a bit worried, but he's probably doing it, he's probably planned it anyway, or maybe he's forgotten, or maybe it just came out at the wrong time, which I don't think it has, because everyone else has gone into the pits anyway. So yeah, Top Jack's the only driver that's not gone into the pits. Everyone else has made their stop inside the top 10. Beaker stayed out as well on the mediums, as well as Copy. Assassin has gone on for the softs. Not what I would have gone for.
Oh no, it was Dennis. I've just watched the clip so I could understand what happened. Dennis made the oof. He basically did a Charles Leclerc. Went straight into the wall. Cruise 6 ran right into the back of him. So that's both of them out. Obviously, Vexit was in the train of that as well, so he ran into the back of him. And that's where he got the damage. But yeah, of course, we lost Krusik. I don't know how we just lost Krusik in this. Dennis got sandwiched between between Krusik and a wall.
I'll have a look at that as well later on. But you know, I'm a bit intrigued as to why Krusik was the one who had a bit of an issue rather than Dennis. But let's see as he gets to the castle. So yeah, there was nothing that Krusik could have done to avoid Dennis. There was no way, there was not even any room. So that was very unlucky for the Mercedes driver. Nothing he could have done. I think it's just what happens in racing, sadly. So
one of them things, isn't it? One of them. It's one of them. But yeah, it's unfortunate. A shame again for Vexer as well, getting that 10-second penalty. He will have served 5 seconds already. In fact, he could actually serve both of them under the safety car right now, which he might even do, to be truthfully honest.
I think he said one of them.
One more lap. Yeah, but he might go in again. He's gone on hards already, and he could clear both of these penalties. Yes, he is. So this is actually, you know what? This is really good from Vexit to do what he's done, to get rid of both of his penalties and have it not really affect his race. So, yes, it's really bad and a shame that Vexit got those penalties. Not his fault at all, like I said, but he's handled it very well and clearing the final of the two now and getting himself back onto a set of mediums.
That's what I would have done, because you'll be still in that train and you will have a chance to catch up as well, so it will give you a chance to be back in the race as well, and then you won't be on the back foot, because Vexit would have been in the back anyway, and if he didn't serve it, then he'll be in a lot of trouble. Nobody else has got any penalties so far, and if anyone did have any 5-second penalties, they would have served it anyway. But yeah, I would have done the same thing. If I had the 5-second, I would have gone on maybe the hards or the mediums, and I would have served it, because there's really nothing to lose, and other people can get it during the race and they will have to serve it later on with no safety car conditions. So I was expecting a safety car today, probably a lot sooner than I thought, but lap 7 is what it is at the moment, and most people are going to be on fresh rubber as well, so that is probably why Vexit has gone on to those tyres. He's going to be on fresher mediums than everybody else by the looks of things, so he's going to probably fly through the field, as Tommy has pointed out.
Yeah, it's only going to be a marginal difference, I guess, because obviously they're all under safety car speed, but yeah, they'll still have a slight bit more wear. Only very minor though, and that will make that little bit of a difference. But luckily, Vexit is caught up just in time as the safety car is in this lap. Here's the other thing. Bear this bit in mind. Everybody who's been in the safety car train are all on colder tires because they didn't have the opportunity that Vexit has had to warm his tires up. So, you know, under that condition, Vexit might be able to gain a fair bit on the restart, which he's going to kind of need, to be truthfully honest. But Top Jack is the one who controls this restart, and he's going to want to delay this as long as he can because he needs to catch them all off guard. He cannot go early because if he does, he's going to get towed all the way down the home straight into turn 1. He needs to just sort of wait and bide his time. And now he's off. He's gone full throttle, and he's got the ERS in full mode as well. Did Top Tom get caught out? Not really. He's closing in quite nicely as well. Yet Lou in the same position. Yenab actually very close to the back of Lou. He did obviously have a lot more of a warning. Are we going to see anything going on further down the field? You've got Matteo going for a maneuver down the inside as well. It didn't work out down the outside, sorry. You've got Jesper going down the inside of Andy. Andy going around the outside. No, there's contact. Hugo. Oh, Andy's in the wall as well. End play missing on left side for Hugo's. End play missing on the right side for Andy. And that all stemmed from that little touch from Hugo's into the back of Jesper. Starts the chain reaction of damage and destruction, and we're going to see 3 wide coming into turn 3. That was, in fact, Samidia getting caught in between Owen and Matteo, but no damage on either car, no contact. But again, Matteo locking up, almost squeezing Samidia into a wall. And Dennis actually coming for a little bit of a fight here. He's been very lucky to still keep his car going. Samidia panics for a little second there, almost getting to the side of Matteo, but they're actually, Dennis still squeezing his way through. That could have been very bad between them, but you know what? All things considered, it's not that bad.
No, it isn't, and despite the fact that Dennis was the one that caused that castle section pile-up, he's still in 10th position, so that safety car is pretty much helping get back into this race, and it's about where he was before the safety car came out as well, so we've got quite a few damage from the cars. Dennis is going to try and go for a send before the downhill straight. Can he keep to his line? There's contact between Dennis and Matteo. Probably damage there. Some idiot could say, thank you very much. You guys have got damage. I'm going to sneak past you. And he does, going past turn 16 and now going into this long back straight. So some idiot, due to the fact that he was held up by these drivers, he's 3.1 seconds behind Owen now, which is not ideal, but still plenty of chance for him to get back into this. Dennis is still catching up, so I don't think it's major damage. Matteo, though, is probably be the one that been the most disadvantaged by this, as unfortunately he goes into the pits. And what a shame, because he had such a fantastic start. He was on for podium position, so gutting for him, really.
You got Vexit, who's managed to just slip down the inside of Assassin there through turn 1, get a good exit as well into turn 2. And now coming through into turn 3, sorry, he's just a little bit of time to beak it. Assassin can't really go for a send on Vexit. It's just too narrow in this region of the circuit. A bit more brake dust there and tyres locking up. Owen looking for a possibility on Hugo's. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer, though. Again, it's all well and good going for these sends, but it can just cause so much trouble, and it's caused some idiot a lot of problems. Look at this 2.7 gap that he's got to Owen from P8 to P9, so it's really, really sad that this is the case. He's usually somebody right up at the front, but again, a very long way to go in this race. 51 laps in total. We're only on lap 9, and damage, safety cars, mistakes, all of this can contribute to, even Top Jack, who's P1 right now, could fall right the way down to the back of the grid, or even DNF.
Imagine if this was turned into an endurance race. The amount of people making mistakes will probably be more towards the end of it as well. And, not many people are used to 100% races at Baku. So this is a new test for these drivers because of how narrow it is. And street circuits in general, when we visit them, it's going to be a lot harder for the drivers to manage. So the ones that are keeping it cool up the front, they have got no damage so far. And if they carry this on, they could be on for a fantastic result potentially as well. As Vexit once again is making his way through the field. He's got past Beaker, but he's got Assassin as well. Someone is in the pits, and that is Beaker. So did he pick up damage? He must have done.
Yeah, very interesting. I didn't see where he got the damage. I don't think there was anybody close enough to be able to actually cause that damage. They might have been self-inflicted, for all we know, but obviously I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Maybe the Jeff do.
Yeah, potentially. Assassin, having a little look-see here on Vexit. As since they were fighting earlier, Vexit is going to be under attack here around the outside. Vexit's got to keep it just within the limits, and he has. Same for Assassin as well, who almost ran into the wall. The squeeze was only mild. It wasn't a big deal at all, and we are still going strong. Life is good.
Yeah, life is good for Vexit at the moment. He's not giving up. Don't forget he was at the back of the grid at the safety car, and now he's in 11th, probably due to that definite fresh rubber as well. As Andy, was it a 5 seconds? No, it's 3 seconds. So we got the first person to exceed track limit warnings. We tell him every week that he shouldn't get any penalties, and he just doesn't listen, or he just finds it too difficult. Well, to be fair, what places can you track limit extend around Baku? Not many, really. So he must have cut it quite bad in one corner.
It's the one before Castle. That's the most common one.
I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just quickly. Apologies, chat. Let me just quickly see if I can. I can't really fix anything. I know the FPS is suffering a little bit in certain areas of the track. It seems to be specifically this track, but I don't know why and where. Unfortunately, you'll have to bear with. Andy in the pits. The incident between Hugo's, Jesper, and Andy on lap 8 will be investigated after the race, and Andy has called it a day. He's retired already.
Not good for his championship hopes. That could be like good news for the likes of Sam Midget and Yenab, and another driver that does not like this track. And to be honest, it is a bad day for Mercedes. 2 cars out of this race.
Yeah, to think Andy was leading the Drivers' Championship by quite a margin. Suddenly, it's just all crumbled. It's all gone wrong for him.
Assassin, he got a move on Dennis. I can't remember what corner it was, but it was past the DRS straight, I would say. And that was a fantastic move, I have to say. Assassin in the point so far. I'm not going to jinx anything because,
Too late now. You said it.
Yeah, I know.
It's all on you.
Yeah, it's all on me.
Top Jack, despite not pitting, when the safety car was called, it's still P1, and actually he's built himself a nice little juicy gap. He's got 1.7 second lead over Top Tom, who was very quick whilst he was on those soft compound tyres. Obviously on the mediums they're going to be a little bit slower. Wasn't expecting it to be enough for a gap to form, but one has, and Lou is within the DRS there of Top Tom, so great stuff for Lou. Top Tom maybe not looking as confident now he's on the mediums, but we just need to see how Samidian brings himself back into this, because he did a very good job to break that gap down that he had earlier. He's now within the tow range of Hugo's and has DRS, and I suspect this will be a really simple overtake before we even get anywhere near the braking zone.
Yeah, I think so as well, and I think Jesper has been the one that's been surprising me. He likes this circuit, and that's really working wonders for him today as well. Outperforming his teammate, who has been having some bad luck so far. But even then, Yonti is not that far from the points, despite the incident that he had earlier on. So, to be honest, I think it's going to be about damage limitation, but for Jesper, it's about to go even better. He wants to try and score as many points as he can. He's been the driver that's improved a lot this season because he started the season near the back of the grid most races, and now he's fighting for good solid points. And, you know, he's been driving amazingly well. And if he could keep up near the top 5, maybe top 10 in most races, he could be possibly a contender to not be able to qualify for, well, he will be able to qualify automatically actually, so for next season, so he doesn't need to worry about doing the races like the other drivers. So, but we'll see, you never know. We've still got quite a few races to go at the championship, but he's doing well around this circuit so far, and on those mediums he's doing brilliantly, and he's starting to pull a gap from Yenab, but we do know Yenab is quick and he may go back to bite him later on, because I think Yenab may be saving a bit of ERS at the moment, so he could try and chase down Jesper when they go to pit soon. So, yeah.
Indeed. Alrighty. Top Jack has lost a fair bit of pace, certainly, on Top Tom, who's closes in quite nicely, but Top Jack is going into the pits, so this is good. He's done very well on those tyres to survive the way he has, but he's just on a completely different strategy now. The fact that he didn't pit has kind of made him a big question mark. We don't actually know where he is overall. I think he's actually a lot further down than you suspect because of the fact that everyone else is pit. They can take the mediums quite far, and they will likely go on to another set of mediums and take them to the end of the race. But I really don't know. Assassin looking like he might have a shot here on Vexit. He's gone full ERS mode, trying to give it the full beans. Areas with the DRS as well, going around the right-hand side, which is going to be the outside into the left-hander at turn 3. Just about keeps himself ahead. It does help that Vexit didn't challenge him too hard. And actually, a mistake made from Assassin might mean Vexit could go for a cent here. Look for the cutback. Not going to get it done. Assassin is locked in. P9 then. P8, sorry. Very good job from him so far in this recovery drive.
Yeah, I have to say, Assassin and Ferrari's fighting the flag at the moment because the two other Alfa Romeos are in the bottom. So, Assassin, Ferrari near the bottom of the constructors, I believe. So, Assassin going to do all he can to try and get Ferrari out of it, and he's doing a good job so far. Another person on a different strategy as well, because he pitted, but he was on the soft. So, maybe him being on the softs has helped, but maybe he wants to do a double medium stint potentially later on, where some people may go on the softs near the end of the race, but we'll see. The strategy is open, I have to say. It can throw a spanner in the works for everybody, and they've got to respond to the challenges, to the pit stops, to maybe the undercuts potentially as well, and all of these pit stops is allowing Jesper to be P3 on the track right now. I'm not sure if it will be a net P3, but I think it might be, you know. So, pretty good for Jesper.
Could be indeed. Yeah, Jesper's doing a very good job overall. Actually, really good job. We might even actually be able to talk to him in the interview room. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be nice.
We'll see. Well, we won't count our chickens just yet, of course. We don't want to curse anybody. I've already been known to do that far too many times, so we'll avoid that. But yeah, in terms of the overall grid, it's starting to break into little mini trains right now. You got a little train there for P3 that's being led by Jesper currently. That's Jesper, Yenab, and Owen. And a little bit of a train going on here between Yonti and Top Jack, who comes out the pits and gets himself just ahead of the Haas driver. And now this is crucial for Yonti. He needs to try and stay with Top Jack as much as he can. He hasn't got a lot of ERS to play with, but he wants to use Top Jack's now new pace to help pull him forward and close in on the rest of the guys ahead.
Yeah, potentially too. And if they're on similar pace, that would benefit both of them really. But if Jack is holding Yonti up, then they're both not gonna be probably able to catch up to the likes of Vexit and Assassin. But it looks like they're doing so right now. So Yonti's probably saying to Top Jack, thank you very much, and maybe try and maybe go for the overtake later on potentially too. But can't remember how long these mediums go on for. I believe it's quite a big margin of this race is on the medium tyres. So, but the optimum pace runs out pretty quickly, up just before the 70%, 80% margin. So. I'll just have a look at my notes actually. 32 laps for mediums last around here. So meanwhile, Yenab gets past Jesper, but I don't think Jesper is defending that but he wants a DRS potentially as well, because Yanab does not have the DRS, so this could be game on for Jesper, and also Owen as well, who's in 5th position, some idiot as well. Owen looking very, very good on the back of Jesper, but Jesper with the DRS, probably going to try and go for a send potentially. Owen does side by side, not leaving too much space, but luckily no damage there. And Jesper's doing a very good defence there. Meanwhile, Vexit is up into P8 and got past Hugo in the same corner.
Yep, very good job from them to keep it clean, no damage. But yeah, a bit of a code brown there for Owen. Nearly getting sandwiched against the wall is not the ideal way. I'm surprised we've only seen one death in Castle.
Yeah, I thought we'll get more, to be honest. Just wait until near the end of the race. I'm probably going to predict there's going to be death at the castle section towards the end. People will probably be tired, and they'll be racing in Baku for goodness knows how long. They'll probably be sick of it. I think it's gonna come near the end, I think. But I don't know who.
I don't even want to put anyone's name in there just in case I get shot for it. Cause
exactly, that's why I'm not saying anybody's names regarding that.
Little train going on for P3. Yenab leading the train with Jesper, Owen, Samidia all in that mix as well. Of course, Yenab will want to try and help his teammate as much as possible, but they do need to just try and think of a way to make it work without risking losing unnecessary amounts of positions. Samidia too far back to make any sort of maneuvers. Jesper in the same sort of boat as well on Yenab. He might be able to go for in towards turn 3. Gonna have to just continue doing what he is. Hugo's and Top Jack swapping places. Top Jack really chucking down that pace now. Actually demonstrating that he should be up there where he was in the top 3. Owen again on Jesper. Owen, he's got his ERS and DRS open. Jesper's gone for the inside defensive line again. Owen's going to go around the outside through turn 3. This cannot work. It's going to be a sandwich. And in fact, they keep each other safe. No contact on either car. Bit of a send, bit of a curve, bit of contact. And that squeezes Jesper's back end against the wall. Nothing more than a bit of burnt rubber and a little bit of poop in the pants, maybe. But they're still good. And Jesper now at risk of losing DRS here to Yenab. Yenab could be free, but he has to push right now.
Yep, he's got to, really. I think everyone has got to push in order to get positions now, because everyone will be making their next pit stop soon. And if they, to be honest, that's going to be the crucial factor, is the pit stops as well, the undercut. So I would say Assassin, tyre temperatures are going to be through the roof if he doesn't pull away and try to catch up to somebody, because the delta between the softs is megally high between the softs and the mediums. So, you know, he should get past easily. 1.2 seconds actually. So Assassin, I don't know why he's not catching up to somebody the way he would have liked. Maybe his tyre wear is getting to him right now, but we will see.
We will indeed. Lap 16 of 51. We're starting to get into the later stages of the race where the tyres are going to soon enough drop off and they're going to start to be a bit of a problem. We'll worry about that later. As you can see, the pit window is open if you are on the softs, of which there is Assassin. But you know, that's if you started on the softs, not if you carried on doing it from this point forward. Hugo's, oops, I just pressed the wrong button. Hugo's and Yonti swapping places. Yonti actually starting to feel a bit more confidence on him. That's what we like to see. The Yonti of old, the Yonti of quick pace and consistency. Keep that up, please, mate. I want to see you even higher up there in the grid as this race continues.
Yeah, I think maybe the incident earlier on is, I think he prayed for the safety car and it did happen, and he's now back in his race and back where he should be right now. And, you know, Yonti he's a driver that likes to keep it clean as well, but again, even the smallest mistakes may hinder him, but he's doing right. It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. So from where he started, let me just see, he's gained 2 positions, so, you know, he's to be fair, he's still doing a cracker job from where he started, even with that damage earlier, so.
Yep. Top Jack round the back now of Assassin, who's also pretty close to Vexit. Soft compound tyres on for Assassin, and Top Jack just having blistering pace right now is really carving up this field. And again, showing what he's capable of. A little bit of a touch of the wall there for Assassin. Let's get the halo hood up, shall we, whilst we watch Top Jack doing the needful in order to get himself ahead of Assassin.
Yeah, I think we can tell that the the fresher mediums on Top Jack, I think, has a much better delta compared to the worn softs that Assassin has at the moment. So that should be an easy pass for Top Jack potentially, but Assassin, good straight line speed, so that may be triggered with the setup that he's got. So that's why Top Jack isn't going for a move yet, but he's got another DRS zone where he can actually go for the move as well. And if he's lucky, maybe next lap he could get Vexit, because the train is starting to come into full force right now, and he's not going for the lunge yet. He's on 8% battery though, whereas Assassin, he's not run up ERS just yet. And it looks like it's going to be very tight once again. Wow, they're keeping it so calm, so collected as well. Still going side by side into the next chicane, as it were. Heading on towards those back straight, and Top Jack just about has it. All of this is allowing Vexer to pull away ever so slightly on these guys. But Top Jack just had the edge there. And I think Assassin probably would have regretted actually pitting on those softs earlier.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, Top Jack has actually lost out to the DRS of Vexer. I mean, he's probably going to bring that in anytime soon. In fact, he's almost done that already. So it's not the be-all and end-all, but he was at risk of losing that DRS there, which could have cost him quite severely. Yenab, still P3. Yenab still leading this train all the way down to P6. And Samidia just kind of, he's happy with this. This is very much Samidia's territory. Just stay at the back of this little train, manage my tyres, take the tyres further than anyone else, manage my ERS, and just enjoy my race, doing my thing. And I think Samidia, though, will be at risk of not having a chance for a race win. He did say he was just going to aim for a podium. We'll see whether or not he can do that. But let's have a quick look at the tyre situation for the most part. You end up 72%, 75%, 74%, 73%. So actually not the Racing Point duo, not looking too good on tyre wear right now.
I think they just want to get on with it. They want to push as much as they can, because you never know, people might make a mistake. So, but it will come to back to bite them if no one makes a mistake, because most people seem to be doing very well. And even though they're going for moves around the inside of the tricky right-handers, they're still managing to make it, you know, defend for their lives and not get any damage from it. So this is a high caliber of drivers. You will be expecting people to go for moves left, right, and centre, and they know when to make it stick, or decide to let the position go and fight a little bit later on. But you know, that's why we're only seeing 2 retirements right now. That's why we're seeing quite a lot of drivers still in this race, because it is a 100% race, not a 50%. So it is a chance for them to really focus and try and plan their stint. As we had a bit of a slide there. That was Jesper. That may give Owen a chance. He's getting quite a few attempts on Jesper due to Jesper's slide there. So he could get it through this downhill section, which he does not. I'm almost certain before turn 1, Owen's going to get the move on Jesper at the moment. That's allowing Yenab to pull away just a little bit. But Jesper's caught back and got a bit of DRS once again. So it may be harder for Owen to get past Jesper. But you never know. This is very exciting between these three. A lot of midfield drives. We've got Racing Point versus Cass versus McLaren, and maybe another Racing Point as well.
Yeah, Owen, like I said, did have a little bit of a chance, but unfortunately, didn't quite get the exit he needed through that final corner. Well, I said final corner. I've thrown a few more after that, but it's the final real corner, because everything else is spent flat out. Turn 16, of course, what I'm talking about. Jesper on the back of Yenab still. Owen, he's just happy. His ERS is pretty good. He's burned a fair bit here. Is he going to try and catch Jesper off guard? It looks like he might do. Jesper realizes what's happening, goes defensive. We've seen this happen before. It's not always worked out. Bit of touching between the two of them, but no damage on either car, and they're actually going to continue as they are. Jesper stays P4. Owen stays P5. But that gap now between Yenab and Jesper once again has extended to 7/10. Now Jesper, a bit of a touch there on the wall. No damage though, I think. I'm just going to double check that front left end plate there for Owen. Is it still there? Yes, it is. He's all right. He survived.
That was close.
He almost touches the wall again.
Jesus, I mean, have they had enough of this track already? I hope not, but I think they are taking more risks now. I think they will just want to go for a send, but that may be a danger, because you're going to probably lose your hard work. So I think Owen's lost a bit of time to Jesper too because of that. So maybe he may just have a slight damage, maybe 6% damage or something like that, which is enough for the drivers to stay out. And It may not even register on the game. It will maybe register on some other back-end data that Codemasters have, but not for the drivers. So for now, we should be pretty good. As he tries to maybe get past Jesper once again. 4 attempts is the gap now. That dirty air is not helping, and straight line speed for Jesper is helping him once again, but you never know. Oh, he could go for that cheeky send, which he does not.
But I reckon he's going to go again for turn 3. Jesper almost got caught out by it. Luckily, he was paying attention to his radar and obviously the proximity errors that you get given in the game. Assassin going into the pits, getting off those soft compound tires. He's actually... he keeps edging the ERS on. Like he wants to close in and scare Jesper a little bit, but then does decide, no, I probably shouldn't. Let's not do this again. We almost had a major issue. Hugo's and Assassin both got into the pits and both got onto soft compound tires.
Ooh. So are they doing I can't remember what tyres they started on or went into the pits. So I know they went into the pits during the safety car. So are they going to do soft medium till the end of the race? Because looking at the tyre life on these softs, there's no way they could get to the end. So they will have to pit one more time, and they will not have enough softs left to last. They won't have fresh softs if there's a safety car that comes. So I wonder if they want to push now so it helps them in the long run. But if there's a safety car, then they're probably out of the race straight away because everyone will be on a much fresher rubber, of course. But yeah, 17 laps only the softs last for. So I'm still a bit intrigued as to why these guys have gone onto the soft. Dennis also on the soft too, so interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe it goes soft to soft, which can work. The soft tyre pace around here is substantially better, but the tyre life is not, and that's the trade-off that you're paying for. Owen and actually Samidia here, they're both having a little look-see. Samidia very close to the back of Owen. Not going to have a look here. Moves out of the toe because he needs to lose a little bit of time in the straight line speed, but he doesn't want to break. Oh, the back end step in there just a touch. All right, Owen will go now. I reckon Owen's going to send it here because he knows there's not a lot of room between Jesper and Yenna, but at the same time, he can't afford to wait for somebody to just send it on him. Although maybe I'm wrong, he decides against it. Jesper moving out of the toe again of Yenna. And Yenna has got to be feeling a fair bit of pressure because he knows that they're able to stay with him and they don't actually have to send it if they don't want to. But it is reliant there that Yenna actually is quick enough to maintain that pace and consistent on his tyres.
These drivers are getting a little bit, I would say, calm and not going for moves. Someone just needs to go for a move and go for a send, because otherwise, the more time they get stuck on this train, the more that the other drivers like Vexit, Top Jack could catch up as well. Top Jack's not far behind Vexit either, so I'm sure almost certain Top Jack will probably potentially be in this fight when he gets past Vexit. I think it'll be a question of when, but you never know. They're pretty much even in terms of pace, these two, so we'll have to wait and see, of course. But yeah, I think the danger is more people are going to catch up, and if people start to get penalties, it will really start to stack up. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, Jesper, I think he's definitely close enough. He could actually go for this if he really wanted to.
That's more like it.
But why is he not? He's not even engaging ERS. Maybe because he's going for the DRS. He's closing so rapidly. Yep, there he is down the inside. That's not a surprise then that has happened. Yenab will welcome that with open arms. All right, brilliant. You go ahead. I will stay with you. As long as I actually stay with you, then I should be fine with my tyres.
Yeah, or maybe he's potentially want to get DRS into the next straight and potentially get past Jesper once again, but he's a little bit too further back to do it, I think, unless he could try and maybe break the toe from Owen, but no, they stay behind, so maybe Yenab is in that sandwich to try and bring somebody back into this race.
Well, Assassin setting the new fastest lap. That will help him with the point situation if he can achieve that and stay within the top 10. I mean, he is in Ferrari, of course. He's the only driver representing Ferrari today. So he might be able to try and get a couple of points in there for him and his team.
Yes, indeed.
Just watching Top Jack, because he's looking like he might actually go for a bit of a send on Vexit. Gap has closed in quite nicely. his ERS is not looking very good, I'll be honest. I mean, it's looking very good if you vex it. 52% versus 13 going into the breaker zone. So good stuff for Vexit. But again, question is, if you just want to let him pass, really, don't you? You don't actually want to fight him. You just go, okay, yeah, fine, take the ERS, you do what you got to do. But then Vexit has enough ERS to once Top Jack is through, hang on to the back of him and gain a fair bit from it. So this is actually really good if Top Jack does pass Vexit.
Even though Top Jack can't get past Vexit was like 1.8 seconds behind some idiot. So he lost a bit of time there. So Vexit is potentially struggling. So maybe the pressure is getting to him for Top Jack at this moment in time. But you can see the train in front of him. Yonti, meanwhile, he goes into the pits. Interestingly, he's doing it a bit earlier, but I'm just seeing what's high. Softy's going on, Yonti, but we're seeing some moves going on.
Yes, that's got for a send on Matteo. Better touch between the two of them. They are still side by side. It's coming towards turn 2. It's going to be Assassin who's got priority going into the corner. Bit of a send there. It did kind of touch Matteo and send him out wide, but watch Copy, because he's actually coming back at this. Matteo did get Copy on the home run, and now Copy's got Matteo back as they come into turn 3. Matteo just getting a little bit caught out there, except for Copy. But there is, Assassin gaining 2 places. Copy not really losing anything. I think he lost 1 overall. Matteo, he lost 1 as well.
Yep, he did. And I think we're starting to probably see the tire life of the mediums who have been on for so long start to struggle a little bit, I think. Even though the mediums can last 32 laps, it's starting to, the temperature's starting to increase a little bit as well. And it's benefiting more the ones who decided to, well, potentially start to close in a little bit as well as... what's happened to Baker? Has he had an off or he actually got passed by Hugo? I think he might have got passed by Hugo just before the castle section.
Baker 13 laps in on these medium tyres. So it's not a surprise that his pace is lacking in comparison. Some idiot getting the DRS overtake done on Owen as well is allowing him to get up to P5 and back in with a shot of potentially getting himself onto a podium. Is slightly outside of the DRS on Yenab. Yenab may want to try and assist his teammate, possibly, unless somebody has got the pace to close in. Owen, he's actually dumping a lot of ERS here. He's going to try and retaliate, it looks like, on Samidiot. They're going side by side, coming in towards turn 3. Back into the breaker zone they go. Samidiot will surrender the position. But this is so bad for both of their races because the gap is extending to over a second. Yenab's not going to help out Owen at all. So if Owen doesn't get his skates on, I think he's in big trouble.
Well, at least there's 2 McLarens in this grid this week. Most of the weeks there's only been 1. So, meanwhile, Matteo is back up into P10. He's fighting with Copy going side by side here. A little bit of a lug tap there. I don't think there was going to be any damage there, of course. For, Red Bull versus AlphaTauri, the sister teams fighting each other out. But looks like the AlphaTauri team has been the one that's successful at the moment. Matteo is keeping his 10th position, but Copy is looking brilliantly still on those mediums, but looks like Matteo has the edge. I wonder if they're going to go for the lunge in the castle section. No, they don't. So the sun is quite still shining at the moment. A little bit of clouds, but not many, and it's still very, very sunny. So I think it's going to stay like this for the rest of this race, which for the drivers will be a relief, I would say, because I'm sure a majority of people only practice for the dry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really one to practice the wet either, to be truthfully honest. I can't fault them in any way, shape, or form. Samidiot has very much burnt a lot of his ERS right now. He's down to the single digits before the braking zone for turn 1, and he's not looking particularly good going into the braking zone for turn 2. And he's not going to want to burn too much on this straight here because, yes, he needs to stay with Owen, but at the same time, he needs to try and recharge that battery. Owen's burnt a fair bit to make sure he closes back in with Yenab, and he's in that DRS, which is good news for him. Also, look at Vexit, P7, closing beautifully, and now well within this train, and also, so is Top Jack.
I did tell you that Top Jack and Vexit will get into this train. That was the danger that I was talking about earlier. The more that the train grows, the more people will start to catch up, and I think the Racing Points and Owen are just probably starting to realise that now. So I wonder who's going to get the jump. Somebody has to make the jump now. Someone's got to make the move.
Yeah, I mean, there is one more pit stop, and I think that's ultimately where we're going to start to see people getting a bit lively, is in that final run. So, again, this is more the tyre management, the safety zone. Just look after your tyres as much as you can. Don't go for any unnecessary stuff, and just try and set yourself up for that final run later on. The person who pits latest should be the one who benefits the most, because they're probably going to go on and be a really aggressive final stint, because they need to. This is one of those sort of races where you can't afford not to. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Top Jack very much burned a lot of his ERS here, trying to close in on Vexit. Vexit kind of just hanging back, just relaxing. Tyre situation looking much better for Top Jack than Vexit. Obviously, they do have 6-lap difference. 55% rear right there for Vexit. 56% for Smidiot. 57% for Yenab. Owen, sorry, not Yenab. Owen.
So they're pretty much even then. So I think with majority of people on the same strategy, I think if you're on the same tyre wear, then you must be doing something right or something wrong if someone is better managing their tyres than you. Meanwhile, Copy goes in into the pit lane. So another driver that's pitting from the mediums nice and early. I wonder if he wants to go. Nope, he's going for a set of soft tyres as well. So I don't know which strategy is the right strategy to be on right now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does, to be honest. They're all just trying to figure it out. I think if the Racing Point boys, for the most part, usually get this right. But that's the thing, when you get a safety car come into the works, it just really just messes all up. It just churns everybody into what is right here? What do I want to do here? Top Jack decided he was going to stay out on those softs and then pit a lot later onto the mediums, and he's in with the train here for P3. So literally anybody could take advantage of this. It's just the timing of it.
Yeah, the timing of it, the skill required from the drivers, and obviously their time management, their ERS management is going to be key. So a lot of people are running out because they've been in this train, but the ones that are managing their ERS very well, Vexit on 44%. So I think Vexit is potentially going to get some idiot here. I think Vexit is a little bit more confident compared to some idiot, so he's going to get it before turn 1. We'll have to wait and see. He's using his overtake though, and no, it looked like he was going to go for it all of a sudden, but he was like, nah, don't want to take any risk here just yet. He wants the DRS going into turn 3, and the detection zone is there, and he's got it now. So is he going to go for the lunge he's talking about? Because if he gets some idiot, he could potentially get Owen as well. So he pulls over to the left. And is he going to go for the move? No, again, he backs off. Could this be a mistake?
I think it's wise. It's just too risky at the minute to try to do anything crazy like that. You're only going to injure your own race, and that's best case scenario. We'll see later on whether or not it does actually come back to him later. Again, he just needs to just play patient. This is the part of the race where you just have to manage those lap times. Stay close, manage your tyre wear more than anything, because if you could break that a little bit later, with everybody around you all being on the same lap of tyres, at 1 lap later will save you a considerable amount of time, and yeah, actually will be pretty good. But if it goes wrong, you could be outside the train altogether, and it could seriously put you down at the very back of the grid. But Top Jack, oh, there was contact! No, Vexit! He's been rotated. I think there was a nudge there from Top Jack, and that's caused Vexit now to spin. At the esports corner, and he's lost a lot of time. I don't know if that was a mistake made on his own or if that was contact from Top Jack into the rear of him. But
or a bit of both.
Yeah, maybe. It's also put Top Jack outside of the DRS train.
Will Vexit come in now for maybe another 7 mediums? It may be a bit wise to do so then he could be on 1 stop now until the end. Maybe he stays out, so I think it was just a spin, I think. Or it may be minor damage. It doesn't look like he's picked up damage. And if he has, it's probably very, very small.
Let's have a look actually at Vexit's tyre wear, shall we?
Yes.
49% now on that rear right. That is his lowest tyre. Front left, 73%. That tyre is loving life right now.
But it is counterclockwise, this track, so
yeah.
I think since there's a lot of right-handers around it, that's probably why the fronts are... actually, no, there's a lot of I don't know, but
Lefties. A lot of
not
lefties.
a lot of
You're
left-handers.
right. You're right.
A lot of left-handers. The right-handers is where the rears, where the fronts start to go. But a lot of left-handers help your fronts and doesn't help your rears. Sorry about that. It's been a long day. That's my excuse.
Don't you worry yourself. But yeah, you know, the left-handers, they destroy the right-hand side tires, and the right-handers destroy the left. So it's just the way that, you know, the momentum, weight of the car, that's all of that comes into play and really starts to affect things. I actually want to point out Jesper, I need to figure out which one it is. He is P3, but he's actually broken the train to Yenab, but at the same time, he's actually broken in, or almost broken into, the train for Lou. So P2, for a Haas driver? Am I away? Is this real? Pinch me, someone. I want to confirm. Is this real? I think we need a prediction going in the chat. Let's get a prediction going.
No. Because the last time we did it, it did not work for podium. They didn't get it.
Yeah, but that was for Vexit. And that was because he went silly. I think we need a Jesper podium ? Prediction. If one of the admins
I'm not going to predict for this one.
You don't want to be involved in the commentator's curse?
No.
I think you just need to dig deep and
I did deep last time and I lost my ginger nuts.
You said you weren't bothered.
Oh, I like this banter. It's great.
Owen on the back of Yenab still. Oh, bit of a chop and change there. I think that was copy. Gareth says, Jess doesn't want to lose another 10,000 points. True. Imagine losing another 10,000 points. That would be heartbreaking.
If I was to predict, I probably wouldn't predict that much this time. I went too bold. Probably because I was Baku, but there we go. Anyway.
How many points have you got in total?
Pardon?
How many points have you got in total?
Now about 80k, 84k I think it was, or 87.
Pretty good going.
Yeah, I watch your streams, mate.
I appreciate it, thank you. Oh, Yenab had a bit of a scare there. He very nearly lost the car. That could have been severely disastrous. And actually, pay attention to Yenab here. Not Yenab, sorry. Jesper here, because he is within now. Well, he's right on the cusp of it. If he could just dump it, he should dump a little bit more ERS just to get himself in the margin. He's not done it? No, he's not done it. No DRS for him on this lap, but he could have done it. If he'd just burned that little bit more ERS, he could have just got himself nicely up there and in that toe there of Luke. No, unfortunately not. Owen having a look here, and Yenab closed in very quickly. Yenab struggling without that DRS now, and Yenab smells blood. He actually sees that P4. Oh, that could be mine, you know? Could take that very easily. Let's try it, shall we? DRS wing wide open. ERS being utilized again. He's sprinting hard coming into it. He's going to carry a lot of momentum. Yenab moves over very last second there, but still more than within the range he needed to. Very nearly puts Owen off into the wall as a result, but very clean, very safe. Nothing really to worry about. But now the racing point sandwich for the McLaren. Owen is going to be knowing that the most coordinated team in the RNL is pretty much tag teaming him right now and seeing what they can do to help Samidi get through.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody could get past Owen, I wonder if Yenab will let somebody get through.
I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt it.
Championship though.
Yeah, but I don't think they would. Maybe at the very last lap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. I don't.
Probably not
now,
but last lap if some idiot gets to move, because points are points, and even though Andy's not going to score any points today, so that but
Tom's so close. That's the problem. You know, you need those extra bit of points, and if you're thinking drivers' championship standings, then yeah, some idiot definitely is going to need every single point he can get to try and assist him. Especially if Tom's chucking down that pace that he's been doing in that qualifying, and obviously coming into the race as well. He's 5 and a bit seconds ahead. He is loving life at the minute.
I don't think he hasn't got any penalties either. He's for him. I'm not going to say anything about how he's finding the race so far, because he'll probably be livid if I jinx him in any way. But yeah, he's not too bad, I would say. Tom. He's a driver that I was not. He's almost near esports pace, but he must like this track. He must have practiced a lot for this, but He hasn't been involved in any battles, and even after the safety car, he just took off.
Oh, there was contact because the stewards have been in touch and told us that the incident between Top Jack and Vexit is going to be investigated later
After the race.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe they saw something that we didn't see, because I saw the aftermath. All I saw was Vexit spinning, but the stewards must have seen something else. But it's a shame, because it would have been a nice train with Vexit still in there. But
look at P2. It's about to go down.
Oh, Jesper. Oh, right, I'm going to ask him in the... Well, you're going to ask him in the podium interview how we pronounce his bloody name.
Oh, you've just said it now. You've just said it. You just said he's going to be in the podium. That means you've committed to the prediction when one of my admins finally put it up. Anyway. Jesper.
Badger.
Yeah, Jesper going for a maneuver here. Nice, simple overtake. Lou not putting up any fight because he knows no real point. He's just going to carry on doing what he's doing and hold on for P3. Could get it back later. Might even go for it here, to be honest, but you don't really want to be scrapping. And he decides against it, backs out, and just going to sit tight for now. Enjoy being behind someone for a bit and just carry on as it is.
Yeah, and all of this is allowing Top Tom to pull up the gap even more, and Top Tom can pit whenever he wants. So I think Top Tom is going to hope the guys around him just keep fighting. Owen has caught up a little bit more to Yenab on the DRS train. Now the gap 3 temps, now 4 temps, so it's still stable. You would want to be 2 temps if you want to go for the move, so because it is hard to follow other cars around here as it seems, but we're seeing lots of battles happening right now, but they're just not going for it. It's going to be in about, I'm just trying to do the maths here, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 6 or 7 laps before the drivers will be going in for their final stops. What tyres will they be going on remains to be seen. Most likely the softs.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think softs. We saw earlier in the prediction, they were saying around about 17 to 21 laps, I think was what they were saying for the softs. So, yeah, I reckon we're probably going to see softs to the end here, which, again, is where Top Tom starts to come to life. He was very quick when he was on those softs earlier, so expect to see that a bit more. Simidia, P6.
Yeah, I thought Vexer was P8. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm looking at someone else.
Yenab in the pits. Changing the tyres.
So, nah, he's not going on softs now, surely. That's far too early.
Do you want to tell him that? Because he's going on softs.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, let me do some,
Oh, no, he should be fine. What's that, 18? Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I panicked, so I'm not good at maths.
He's all right. He'll be fine. I mean, there won't be the best tyres when he comes towards the end of the stint, but he'll be fine. Simidia now realizes Owen is vulnerable. There's no DRS for him to pull himself forward with. So now all he has to do is just sit here along the back of him and then wait for that back straight and then go for it. But I suspect somebody will be coming in this lap, as well as probably all of those in the top 5 maths.
They've got to respond to the undercut on Yenab though, because it is powerful. So I wonder if Top Tom can pit whenever he wants, but everyone else from say P2 down will need to pit.
Yeah, without doubt. All right, well, 39% is the worst tyre for Simidia. 41% is the worst tyre for Owen. But I've got a feeling we're about to see... Oh, Top Jack's in this mix as well, actually. I haven't said that. He could even potentially get stuck in it, but no, he's just falling a bit too far back on that rear area now. But now Simidia's in real trouble because he wants to go for a manoeuvre on Owen, but he can't quite get it done because it's just too much and too early. He's had to lift and back off. He's now got the ERS down again once more. The DRS is going to be open. Is he going to try and go for a move into the pits right beforehand? No, he's not. Owen has decided, yep, pit time. All right, in he goes. Top Jack is alongside of Simidia as well. He's going to have to sit behind him just a little bit longer. But going in towards turn 3, we could see a little bit of a fight happening as obviously Top Jack Does have the fresher tyres, so better grip coming out of the corners. A bit of a twitch there from Samidia on the exit of turn 2. ERS is very low for both of these drivers, so don't expect anybody to be blitzing past the other unless it's down to this DRS and toe that currently Top Jack has. He's not going to go for any maneuver, and he's going to stay Samidia P2. We did see Lou box, and we saw Jesper box, as well as Owen. So the undercut is huge, but also Yenab has jumped Jesper. Yenab has actually got himself. That undercut was enormous. That has really helped Jesper get into this. But also bear that in mind, whilst these three are staying out like this, they're losing even more time. Top Tom may no longer be safe.
Yeah, that gap may not do anything. Maybe Yenab could be the one that'll be getting the race victory. Because the softs, don't forget, 1.2 seconds of a lap quicker. And it'll be even more with the tyres as worn as it is. So, yeah, the top three, they need to pit. They need to pit, otherwise they're going to kiss their podium chances goodbye, unfortunately. In particular, Top Tom and Samidia.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we're getting to the juicy bit of this race. The final little stint here. We are waiting to see whether or not Top Tom comes in this lap. Let's have a quick go on board with him right before Top Jack goes for a little maneuver on Samidia. Looks like Top Tom's coming in. Yes, he is. A nice smooth run, very quick, very enjoyable pit lane entry, that is. And this tells me Samidia is coming in as well. Top Jack will not be going in. Yeah, Samidia is in the pits. Okay, so all eyes locked on for Yenab here, because he could suddenly become your race leader. Where is Top Tom? He's on his way out. He's not going to be race leader, that's for sure. Yenab is coming round the corner now. He's going to be ahead of... Yep, his teammate has actually fallen to P8 here. Lou P6, Jesper P5. I'm just trying to quickly gauge this all in my head. Top Tom is still ahead by a decent amount, but he has lost a fair bit of time there. Oh, actually, look at this. Jesper's going for a move around the outside into turn 3. Well done. That was a fantastic move from Jesper. So clean. I was too busy calculating. I didn't even see that Jesper was going to slip round and through there. That was huge for him. Time penalty there for Beaker, 3-second time penalty. He's the only driver that's still driving to actually get one, and it was the other. And also, Samidia lost so much by that late pit that he's now 2.4 seconds behind Owen, who actually boxed right before him.
Yeah, undercut definitely powerful, but Jesper, take a bow there. That move was amazing, and Beaker's given up. He's retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, he had nothing going for him. No surprise that he's decided to do that. He was hoping for a safety car, I think, to try and bring him back into this, but you know what they say, if you don't practice, then you're going to end up doing poorly.
Yeah, it happens to be whenever I don't practice, I get rubbish results. So, yeah, you definitely do need to practice, and that's why Mateo is so far down as well.
What's that phrase again? Prepare to fail, or fail to prepare?
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Okay, yeah, the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a saying that I've known for a long time. Meanwhile, Assassin, he's got nothing to lose. He goes into the pits now, and he goes on to another set of soft tyres until the end. He's going to be insanely fast as well.
Whoa, but Owen's looking quick, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Good points for McLaren, I think, this race as well.
Yeah, Top Tom has just been on a whole nother level right now. The question is, I mean, I highly doubt it. Surely Top Jack cannot go to the end on those mediums.
Wait.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
Nah, you can't.
He's at 48%. If he's halfway through his life and he's done 23 laps, he could double that up. So what's that, 46 laps?
No, he can't.
I actually think he might. You know. He won't win because that gap is dropping far too quick with Top Tom's blisteringly quick pace. But he could try and go to the end on those.
Never say never for Top Jack. You never know. I think it was one race where it was Monza, I think, where he was. I said that nah, he's not going to get those tyres to the end surely, and he proved me wrong, and he ended up getting podium, wasn't it? I can't remember.
I can't remember last night, so I'm going to struggle for Monza.
Yeah, Monza was a while back though, so.
I do have a terrible memory, truth be told. So
me too now, we're getting old.
Yeah, we really are. Lou watching Owen actually close in. Owen closing in on Yenab, very low on the ERS, and also has the yellow fuel warning light on him. So there is a risk here that he may not have enough fuel to get to the end of the race, although that warning light has just gone off, it's flashing on and off, which means he's right on the limit, so he should be okay. He just needs to go lean for about a lap, and then he'll have enough.
It must be awful losing your fuel around here, because you're probably going to lose a lot of time on the start-finish straight if you do that. So you got to manage your fuel perfectly from this point onwards now. And lap 38 of 51, anything could happen. Still a chance for people to possibly make one slip up, but no one is doing it so far. We haven't seen a tyre explode yet. Could we see it later on? And I think Top Jack's on 24. Another driver we got to keep an eye on is Matteo. 28 laps on the mediums.
Yeah, Matteo done a long run on those tyres. Realistically, he's not going to be able to chance of points, I think. When he boxes and gets off those, yeah, he's in a bad way.
Yes.
Okay, well, Top Jack is still holding down the lead, but so much time has been lost whilst he's been on these mediums to Top Tom. Top Tom is literally on fire right now with his pace. He's 5.5 ahead of Jesper, who's leading the train for him. Yenab, Owen, Lou, and Sumidia. Vexit, who has shown pace, he's actually got the fastest lap, I believe, right now. So as long as he continues at that manner, he might have a chance of getting involved in this train later on in the GP. But 4.5 seconds is where he sits currently, and as far as I can tell, his pace is not good enough for him to be able to actually close in time.
Jack's in the pits.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of time to everyone else around him, so I think it'll be hard for him to get points, I think, at this stage.
Oh, Vexit is fast. So it was a 41.4 I saw for Owen. Vexit is just on a 40.3.
Jeez!
Yeah, he is a rocket ship right now.
Yeah, 4.4 seconds is the gap between Vexit and some idiot. Maybe he could get back into this train after all.
He's going to need to do that for at least 4 laps in a row if he wants to be close enough in time. I don't know if he had DRS, I don't know if he had some sort of tow or whatever, but yeah, I don't know if he can replicate that again. That's a lot of time.
I don't think he is, because otherwise his tyres are going to be on fire at the end. So maybe he'll probably save a bit of fuel and tyres a few laps at a time, and then push again, and so he can. Oh, that it felt like he hit a bump there, but he was just committing that corner so fast that we don't know what's happened there. But it might just be my game playing a bit of a havoc there. But you know, meanwhile, what's going on in front of him is a different story. We've got Yenab, Owen, Lou, some idiot, all in this train, and it's all for the final podium slots. And we also got Jesper in this train as well. So, game on, I would say. I think someone's going to take a blink, and then there's going to be moves left, right, and centre. Maybe Owen could go for the lunge here into turn 1. He's been looking insanely quick. Running out of hers, though, so I don't think he's going to go for the overtake just yet. Nope, he is not. Maybe you can save a bit going into this turn 2 before heading towards turn 3. But you're probably going to be running out of the limit anyway, potentially going into turn 3. So here he goes. Yonti just got past Matteo into P10. So Yonti at the moment in the points. And Owen, unfortunately, a little bit too further back. Yenab can't get past Jesper either, so...
A really good job by Jesper to sit in P2 right now, but he is very much under a lot of pressure. And as this race starts to get closer and closer to the end, we are only 11 laps away from the end of the GP. So he does need to start to think about the end game here. How do I actually secure this P2 that I'm currently sitting in, knowing that there are there's a lot of hungry hippos behind me trying to get through? Owen has already been trying to make moves on Yenab. Yenab did have the benefit of being in that tow, and that's the thing. When you're in the tow of the car ahead of you, if you're trying to go for the overtake, if they've also got tow, it's so once you pull out of it, you immediately start losing a lot of time and a lot of speed that they're still gaining. So, that's why you don't see a lot of overtakes when it comes to these trains. It requires a big mistake from the drivers ahead to be able to capitalize on it. Like now, for example, as Yenab went through the esports corner, pretty poorly. He's now at 9/10 gap between him and Jesper, whereas Owen did not take it poorly at all. And look at this. Very quick. Already on the back of him. The gearbox is going to be very touchable, shall we say, as the DRS is about to become available for him. They're both going to have DRS. The ERS is going to be more beneficial for Janab initially, but they are both on single digits. Here comes Owen. He's not going to be able to deploy anymore. He's going to have to try and take the outside through turn 1, but he has to back out. Janab lives to fight another day. The DRS very much saved him there. But the ERS levels for these guys are really struggling. Jesper is the one who's actually looking the most comfortable out of the top 5. Well, P2 to P5. It's somebody who's probably the best overall, though.
Yes, but you never know. And Matteo is going on to the softs as well. So everybody on the grid is on the softs. I think Hugo's going to go on to a final set of softs as well. And I don't know how Cobby's going to get his soft to the end. Is he? I don't think so.
Yeah, give it a go, won't he? He's quite good at tyre wear. Let's have a look at his tyre wear currently whilst everyone else is out there. So he's on 49% and he's done 13 laps. What's he got to do? Another 10? It's doable. It is doable, but his tyres will be very, very bad towards the end. And if he has any wheel spins or mistakes, rotations, whatever, he's going to really start to struggle. Matteo getting past Dennis there quite quickly, not holding back at all. That was into turn 4. And now watch this, because Janab once again, too far back on Jesper. Jesper, who's found some real pace here, has actually broken the gap over 1 second between Janab. Janab has deployed everything to close back in on Jesper, which has just about allowed him to get DRS, but the gap is still quite substantial. So, watch Owen as he closes in again. DRS open. He's not using the ERS this time. Now he is very late on there in that decision. He's going to flick over to the right side because Janab goes defensive. Coming in towards turn 1, it's going to be Owen going around the outside. They're very close together. They almost touch. But in fact, Owen is through. And now he steps up to P3. Big news for the McLaren.
Yeah, we got McLaren 1-3 now. Who would have thought that going into this race? Because Tom has been the main McLaren man for the majority of it, and then we had the other McLarens near the back all not racing at all. So I think Zach Brown must be loving life at home, watching the McLaren boys performing to their advantage here today. Let's hope Owen can continue that pace. Maybe P2 could be on the cards for him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Jesper is very much reachable. The benefit to taking that overtake he got on Janab was he actually managed to carry a lot of overspeed through it as well, and that allowed him to get back into the turn where Janab was failing it. Owen managed to make it work. Yes, he's on 7/10 gap, but he's already bringing that down quite nicely as we transition into the third sector here. Red Bull boys still having a good time, both down there in last of the running cars, 13-14 for them. Dennis P12, the Alfa Romeo, and the Matteo P11. Then you get your points. Yonti holding on to P10. He's got an 18-second gap to Matteo, so realistically, he's safe in that respect as long as he doesn't crash. 3-second gap between him and Assassin, who's P9, and then 7.2 to Top Jack PA. Realistically, the changes of position are only going to be effective from P2 onwards. I don't even know who it's going to be. Yellow flag Sector 2, that's a mistake made in Castle. That would be Matteo. Yep. No safety car, though. We managed to get underway very swiftly, but yeah, he has cooked that, and I think his left wing is in bits now.
Yeah, it is. He's sliding a bit all over the place, so how did he get to take that downhill section, I do not know, but I think he's just over-pushing. He's just over-pushing. He just wants to gain positions very quickly, but now I think he's not going to get any points at all.
I think this is going to be one of the first races in quite a while that we don't hear from some idiot on the commentary booth, unless he pulls off an absolute miracle run in the remaining laps.
Unless there's a safety car.
Safety car could really switch things up, but I mean, I highly doubt any of these guys are going to pit now. They're on the fastest compound tyre. Yes, they're a few laps in on it, but I think they've got enough life in them to still be competitive and not actually worry about anyone else. As Hugo sets the new fastest lap with a 39.481.
Yes, so that could be a point if you're inside the top 10. Of course, Matteo goes in then, which is to be expected, and he'll be on another set of the soft tyres. But I've never seen a race in a while where everybody's on the soft compound tyres with no safety car. So That's interesting.
Yeah, true. I guess that's the benefit to 100% races. You get these out there strategies that can really change the race on its head.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, some idiot is looking to get past Lou to P5, which could work out for him because somebody's AOS management has been pretty good so far. So let's see what he can do heading towards turn 1. Looking very comfortable. He's going to take a very good line, but Lou manages to stay within range and he stays in P5. But I think somebody wants DRS into this corner, so he's going to go for it. He's going to get it anyway, no matter what happens. But again, they just can't get past.
So the thing is, I think he could have actually got him going in towards turn 1, realistically. I think if he'd have actually deployed that ERS and kept it going, I think he would have carried that pace he needed in order to get through on Lou. It would have been a battle of the brakes. I think that was what somebody was worried about, was if it was a battle of the brakes, they didn't want to risk getting damage or just being a bit greedy. So very good heads-up driving there from him. Fair play for not going for the overtake. Hopefully he gets another opportunity soon. But yeah, that's the downside. If you don't take those opportunities, what could have been is what it could be.
Yeah, you got to take pretty much a lot of opportunities you can, really, because you never know what could happen. That was very close from some idiot there. Almost a bit in the castle section. Thank goodness it wasn't.
Calculate, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, very calculated. Good car control, I think, was some idiot.
Yeah.
For him, despite the fact some idiot it's not his favourite track, he's not doing too bad because he was not expecting a podium. He's in B6. Not far off getting a B5. You could potentially still be on short of a podium. So for him, he's driving very well, and he's going to gain on Andy this week anyway. So that's all that matters. More
Owen's
moves being made.
Yeah, look, Owen's going for it now. This is going to be a McLaren 1-2, possibly, as he's going to cruise on through. Jesper can't react right now, and he doesn't need to. He's got enough ERS to retaliate later on in the race, and actually this does give Jesper a little bit of comfort room. I actually think Jesper's going to be pretty happy with this. He doesn't have to fight. He just has to stay within the tow range of Owen, and yeah, he can actually still snatch that P2 away from him. Again, huge opportunity here for McLaren to gain massive points. Taking 1-2 would be enormous for the constructors, bringing it in a little bit on Mercedes in particular. But also, if you're looking at Jesper, for example, he's doing a very good job to check the pace he's got currently. And I'm really pleased with how this has gone down so far.
Yeah, me too. When was the last time in real life we've seen the McLaren 1-2? Was it 2012?
I don't know about that, but back when it was probably back in the days when it was Hamilton Jensen. I don't think there was ever Hamilton. I don't think there was ever a Hamilton Alonso 1-2.
We had Mika and David, I think, a few times in 98, 99. That was when McLaren was at his best, I think.
How old are you in 98, 99? Without telling us your age, just give us
Wait, what?
How old were you in 98, 99?
In 99, I was 4 years old.
Oh, you were born in the same year as my sister. Interesting. I was 9 years old in 99.
Yeah, and I was 5 years old in 2000, 3 years old in 98.
We're getting old now, Jess. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, exactly. I started watching F1 in 97.
See, I was actually very late to F1. I didn't start watching F1 until 2010, and then I stopped after like 2013, 2014, I think it was. And then I got back into it again in 2016.
I've been on and off too as well, to be honest. 2009 was my favourite season, but enough about real life talk. We still got another battle. Jesper could still get P2.
And he actually might go for it already. Look at the gap. Pretty close. He's not used any of that ERS. I think actually he's probably just going to chill for a bit. Again, there's no real rush for him to go for anything. He does want to get it at the right time because he knows that he may realistically only have one shot at taking P2 back. And that's if he gets the timing just right. I suspect the best time, in my opinion, would be lap 50. You get the move done, and you just you go nice and steady on the final lap. Just charge your ERS as much as you can. Don't deploy any, because I know that no one will want to overtake you. No one will dare to overtake you, because if they do, they lose so much time, and it's ideal for everybody if you just stay there. So yeah, Jesper really has this in the palm of his hands, really. He just needs to make sure he gets over Owen at the right time, and then plays it smart. Mateo, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane, and then a retirement from the
Called
race.
it quits, sadly.
Yeah. That's what happens when you play Minecraft all day.
And that's what happens if you don't practice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Jesper once again then. Is he going to use any ERS to try and close in a little bit? Because he has lost a little bit of time. Let's have a look at Owen's ERS. Actually, Owen is actually quite a risk. He's got very low ERS. He's also got the yellow fuel warning light back on his dash. So somehow Owen needs to not only recharge his battery, but also recharge his fuel. And if I was Jesper's race engineer, Noosa, I'd be telling Jesper, do not do anything yet. Do not do anything yet. Wait for Owen to panic. Either that or overtake Owen as soon as you can and deploy everything to get away from it as quick as you can.
I wonder how much ERS you use going on the DRS straights. In particular, the one that we just passed. I wonder how much, because he's saving a bit now, which I think is a smart thing to do. If the drivers behind can't get past either, then it's brilliant, because everybody, Yenab is saving the most out of everybody, almost 60%. So this main, we probably don't know. Vexit could potentially be in this train as well. We don't know who's in this podium for the first time, and we're starting to see this train grow and grow and grow, and we know who's going to win, but we don't know who's going to get a podium. That's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It makes it very interesting to see how this one's going to pan out. We only have 4 laps remaining, 5, I guess, if you include the remainder of the one that they're on right now. But looking at what these guys are doing, they're all mind gaming each other right now. This is so crucial for them to get the mind game just right. You just cannot afford for any mistakes to be made. Jesper could actually go for it now. Let's have a double check. 20% ERS for Owen. So he does actually have a lot that he can use if he should need to. But this is it. This is where Jesper goes for it then. So he knows. Pass through here.
Well.
Actually, Yenab's coming through as well. It's going to be side by side going in towards turn 1. It's going to be Yenab stuck on the outside, but Jesper needs to hold his nerve. He cannot afford to lose anything here. And actually, big read there from Racing Point, knowing that Jesper was going to go for the move. Yenab sized it up perfectly. Actually took me off guard as well and gets himself ahead. Now, here's the problem for Jesper as well, is he needs to try and do the same thing that he was going to do against Owen against Yenab. Yenab is slightly better off when it comes to ERS, but he also has the yellow fuel warning light, so Jesper has all of this in the palm of his hand still. He needs to dump ERS and fuel in the areas where you're less likely to use it, so that you can build that gap a little bit further, get that 1 second margin, and look, he's good. He's already 8 tenths almost. He just needs to push in these little areas.
I think he's hungry for it at the moment, but let's hope that doesn't play to disadvantage, really, to be honest. But I think Owen was probably a bit complacent, and that's not helped him at all. And that's, I think, allowed Lou to be back in this, Sam Minute to be back in this, Vexit to be back in this as well. I mean, yeah, I think it's a shame for Owen to lose out to both Jesper and Yenab, but you never know what could happen.
Good evening, Rins. How you doing, mate? You alright? It's good to see you. Yeah, Jesper is in a very precarious position now. He needs to dump everything right here. He has to go, has to pull hard, and he is actually gaining a little bit, but the DRS being available now, it means that Yenab is actually going to be able to close in. He's actually having to burn things he didn't want to burn. He's back into the single digits, but that gap has closed in so much. Yellow flag sector 1. That is copy, I believe. Yes, it is. Went a bit deep, went into the runoff area, has brought himself back on track. No safety car is going to be called now. We are at that stage where it's too late for a safety car. We're just going to continue as we are. And I feel like Jesper's chance to pull away there, the 1 second margin, was at that point there, and he didn't do it.
Oh, some idiot almost got the move on Lou there, but Lou closed the door on him, so some idiot could get P5 here.
I think he's going to want a bit more than that. He's going to use everything on this lap. He's got enough fuel to be able to be aggressive. He's got quite a decent amount of ERS, which, looking at Lou, it doesn't have, and neither does Owen, and Yenab has the most out of those other two. It's Jesper that has the control here. Jesper could really play this one quite nicely. If this one goes down the way I think it does, this final couple laps are going to be intense.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Can we get races like this every week? This is...
I know, right?
And we've never seen a battle like this for so long, where 6 cars will be on shot for P2 and P3. Like, this is huge. Like, you would have figured a safety car would be happening right now, but it's not. They're just all so close in terms of pace. And now it's 7 because Top Jack's in this fight too. My oh my.
And he's on the fresher tyres, so watch for his pace as we go through. A good evening, Beer and Kebab. It's good to see you, mate. Hope you're well.
Nice name.
Yep. I want both of those things right now.
Me too.
Owen actually closed in quite nicely on Yenab, but Yenab he's brought Jesper that's so much closer. And Jesper's burnt ERS, but he's burnt too much in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now he's at a position where, I mean, what do you do now? You've got Yenab behind you who's back into AOK zone. His fuel warning light is gone. His ERS management is under control. He's actually slightly better off than Jesper is ahead. Owen here on 16%. Lou on 11 before the braking zone, but Samidia 27. Vexit on the 14, and Top Jack hasn't got any. He's and he's got the fuel warning light on yellow. He's fast. Yes, he's got fresher tires, but he's struggling. Actually, he's going to pounce here on Vexit. Oh, there's contact. Oh my word, there was very nearly death there for Top Jack.
Once again.
Now, yeah, Vexit is really struggling with that rear end, and actually this is causing Top Jack to lose out on this train. The 1 second margin for Vexit has already stepped up. He's just back within it, but now Top Jack knows he has to go. He cannot hold back, and Vexit losing the back end once again. Top Jack just trying to slip down the inside. He's going to have to get it done quickly. He has, but again, I think the damage has already been done. They're already 1.7 seconds away from this train. The good news is, though, is the guys ahead are not actually going that quick because they're trying to manage what they can. But my word, if you're these guys in this train, if you're Samidia, for example, you go right now.
Go for the move. You got nothing to lose. Just do it, because who knows? There could be someone in front of you that makes a mistake and you could be on chance for a podium. It's that simple.
Jesper, P2. Yenab, P3. Yenab having to look for the inside, but he can't get it. He's going to have to go around the outside here through turn 1. I think they're going to be very tight between them. There was a bit of contact. And actually, Jesper's managed to stay. He's actually lost down now, fallen to P3. Yenab has lost the rear end, though. This is where we could go. A bit of a tap there from Jesper's helped Yenab get the pace he needed. And Jesper, once again, we're on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be so crucial coming through into turn 3, and Jesper is ahead once again, but this is not the way. You don't want to be here because Owen is involved in this situation as well now. So is Lou, so is Samidia. This entire last lap is going to be carnage.
This is insane, absolutely insane. They're just putting out all the stops, and Owen was almost going to get a move on Yenab there for a second there. For some people, they're just leaving it maybe too little too late. We said a lap earlier, not now, and they're still going side by side as well, goes RNG before the castle section. Someone's got to give up now, because otherwise it was going to end in tears. They make it through the castle section unscathed, but there, Lou had a bit of a slide there. He's also been a time. Somebody didn't make contact. Lou's, I think, reset to track as well, which is not allowed, and I think this is now turned to a freeway fight now for P2. I think Jesper's got P2 still, but let's concentrate now on our race leader who's about to cross the line. Yeah, our leader, Top Tom, has had a fantastic race. He's done everything he needed to do to secure himself the race win. No problems for him whatsoever, but we need to look at this battle for P3 because here we go. In the big tow range, we know Top Tom's P1, we know Jesper's P2, but who's going to be P3? It's a drag race all the way up to it. DRS and ERS are completely being utilised. I think Owen has just pipped him to the post. He's got the P3, and Yenab will stay P4. Top Jack will make it for P5. Vexit P6. Samidia, unfortunately getting caught up in the incident with Lou, will take P7. But my word, could that have been any closer? I want to see the gap. Please, it's not telling me. It was a photo finish, I would say.
Yeah, it has to have been. It was very close.
Owen left it all to the last minute, but he delivered. And we got McLaren 1-3. Jesper's got his first podium in RNL. Owen's also got his first podium in RNL. And Top Tom has got another win.
Haas getting big points today. This is awesome for Jesper. He's done such a good job. to achieve the pace that he's got and get himself up there on that second step of the podium. He must be so happy with himself. Honestly,
I wanted to be
incredible
action.
thing.
I wanted to be action. And Yonti has got points for the Haas team as well. P10. 1 point.
Who gets fastest lap? Let's have a look. It was... I saw 39 somewhere.
Fastest lap.
Yeah, it's copying.
Yeah, the ones that are still in this, it's copy. No, yeah, so no one gets the point.
Oh, I really want to see who gets what. Oh, what was the? The gap.
The
I really want to see
delta.
that gap between between Owen and Yenab. I really want to see how close it was. It was right on the nose. Could not have been any closer.
We're just waiting for the two Red Bulls across the line now. What are they doing?
The incident between Samidia and Lou on lap 51 will be investigated after the race.
It looks like both of the Red Bulls are just want to have a battle.
I think they're just having a laugh, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. They want to put a show for the how many viewers on stream.
I'm not sure. I've got it hidden.
Why not? Why not? Because everyone else across the line, they're not going to lose anything. So. Yeah.
No harm done. No harm done.
Drive of the day and game goes to Vexit, but I have to say Jesper gets my drive of the day for getting his first podium in RNL. Amazing.
Yeah. Agreed. Absolutely deserved, I think. Look at that, a double McLaren podium in RNL. Who would have thought you'd be seeing that today?
I wouldn't.
Well done. Or even this season, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to be seeing that this season at all. Very good job from both of them, but huge shout out to Jesper. Very well done from him to get himself up there. But let's have a look at that gap. What was the gap?
Come on.
Was what was that? 1.2 tenths. So beautiful between those two. So yeah, Top securing the win, of course. Very well driven by him. Fantastic overall. Flawless. There was literally not a moment in there where there was any doubt. He just drove so well. Jesper P2, big shout out to him. We'll hopefully be hearing from him in the commentary box shortly when we go to the interviews with Owen P3, Yana P4, Topjack P5 with Vexit P6, Summit P7, Lou P8, Assassin P9, and Yonti rounding out that top 10 and getting the final point. With Dennis being best of the rest P11, Copy P12, Hugo's P13, and then DNFers, Mateo, Vika, Andy, and Crucix, who had a huge smash. All right, let's go and hear from our P3 sitter, if I can find them in the team chats. Owen, here he is. Hello, Owen. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely tremendous.
I bet. P3. I mean, it couldn't have gone any closer, could it? You were right onto the very last lap. Literally, was it I think it was a 10th and a bit between you and Yenab. Fantastic scenes, but do you think maybe that P2 was there?
Oh, maybe. I don't know, because I was really struggling on the ERS for most of that race. I at one point when I got overtaken by both of them, I thought maybe I might drop down to like P6 or something. But I don't think I was above 35% ERS for the last 25 laps. I don't think. But,
to be honest, you weren't alone. Everyone was in the same boat. The only person who wasn't was Jesper and Samidia. People. And yeah, they were not really chucking down the pace though.
Yeah, I don't know. That it was really tough to keep the ERS in check and the fuel as well, because I'm never really good with fuel saving, at least, especially around trucks like these, and just about finished with about 0.01 laps of fuel, so that was good.
Can you imagine if you ran out of fuel as you got to the line?
I was flicking between rich and standard and all down that straight, really hoping that I didn't.
Well, a huge result for you and for the team. I think it's the first time that McLaren have actually had two drivers on the podium all season long. So congrats on that achievement.
First time McLaren have had two drivers in the points as well.
Oh, well, even bigger. Yeah, maybe you should just replace Dylan.
Oh, wow. Maybe.
Do you know if he's racing next week, or are you racing?
I don't think he is. I don't know if I am either. But
Sandford, though. I mean, it's Sandford. You gotta show your pace there, man.
Oh, maybe.
I think you've got the skills that pay the bills. But anyway, P3, regardless, for you and for your team, is huge. So congratulations to you. And I guess we'll maybe see you next week.
All right, see ya.
Thank you. But P2, we got to get him in here.
Yes.
We got to get him in. Jesper, are you there? Is he too busy celebrating?
Is he alive and well?
Jesper, have you had a heart attack? I know it's P2, mate, but...
Is he speechless or something like that?
I don't know.
Jesper!
Is he struggling? Are you alive?
Is his Discord working?
Can we get a defibrillator here, please? I think we need to resuscitate someone. Someone's heart stopped. Rip. Mike can't handle it. Yeah, I think he's unfortunately unable to
maybe
speak.
his mic not working now.
All right, well, we'll put him back in his team, and then we'll
Get
if he's
Tom.
about. If he's about,
he's
we'll
not our
hear from him.
favourite.
It's time for my absolutely not my favorite, but definitely my favorite. But we won't talk about it.
Not too bad.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Just another day on the track, wasn't it today? It's easy slaps.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it was probably the least stressful race out of anybody on the grid, but obviously, trying to keep it in one. And we got Jesper back, by the way.
Oh, he's back. He's alive. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Well, I'll come to you in a second, Tom, if that's all right. Let's have a quick chat with Jesper. P2, mate. Are you okay? You sound a bit excited. Did you just shock yourself back alive again?
To be honest, I didn't expect points this weekend, so...
But you got a P2.
Yeah, I have no idea.
P2. Your pace was incredible. I was just praising you the entire commentary. It was so good. What happened? How did you do it?
I have no idea, to be honest, but...
You just turned up and drove.
Yeah, I did like 20 minutes practice because I have ACC in 8 hours thing.
Good game, by the way.
So
totally not biased. We should separate to that. We should raise some time on SEC. Just saying, we should. Me and you have a little join the open lobbies and a little bit of scrap some time. I'd like to see what you got. See how good you are.
Okay.
We'll come back to ACC in a minute because I just want to retract a little bit. I think you're now the highest finishing Haas driver.
Yeah, I think that too. Jante got P10, so I think I jumped in now on points.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what Jante's done. I think he's had a P3, I think, once at highest. But
yeah.
I don't know. I'll fill him in for it in a little bit. But still, regardless of that, P2 for you is huge for you and your team. So really well done on that. I think that actually bumps you up quite high in the constructors overall. So when I go through the sheets and update it, I will check it out and see how it was. But congratulations on P2.
Yeah.
Are you gonna smash out in Netherlands?
We see. I don't
think race
I
win?
will be. No, don't expect that much.
Don't jinx him, Jesper. Ben.
Boring.
What's the prediction, mate? Come on. You gotta give me some spice. I want to hear you're gonna take a dump all over Top Tom's chest, and then you're gonna be in P1 easy slaps, right?
I'm gonna just drive and we see. I'm not that person that says I'm gonna be P1 and if I don't
this
get
is
P1,
clearly your first time.
Yeah. He's never been here before, has he? It's all right. It's all right. We'll forgive you. Since it's your first time, we'll forgive you. But next time you're in the commentary box, I want to hear some out there bold prediction. All right. I want to hear you say easy slaps P1, Top Tom get in the bin is what I want to hear. All right.
Yeah, we see.
All right. Well, congratulations on P2. Thank you very much for participating today, and I look forward to seeing you tear it up in Zandvoort next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Top Tom, then. All right. You were on your island. You pretty much bought it yourself. There was nothing that went wrong for you in that entire race. Did you script that?
Yeah. I just had to pay all the money to the drivers, and but no, for real. I think I knew the pace was going to be good. I really, I don't do tons of practice for this, but obviously, knowing I'm starting for P1, I know as long as I get a good start, keep out of trouble, then it was going to be decent. I think obviously I was going 100% apart from CAF section in turn 15, which is probably about 50%. But just trying to, obviously, as everyone is around Baku, just trying to keep it clean, stay out of the wall. But yeah, I think the only troubling points I got away at the start, and then there was obviously the safety car, which was I decided to pit, which was very much the best idea. And then the only time was against Luke's. I don't know how you say his name, but he pressured me at the start. But obviously, I got a bit lucky with the DRS. I was just about get in, and then used a bit of DRS and just got out. And then from there, it was just controlling the pace, managing the tires, managing everything, managing the fuel. So in the end, I'm very happy with it. Very controlled race, and obviously very good to get have another McLaren on the podium.
Yeah.
Really helping us out there.
Yeah, look at
Finally, the
that.
McLaren curse is lifted. It's
So
official.
when you sign in Owen up as the full-time driver and drop in Dylan,
Well, Dylan's the situation with Dylan, he just completely stopped with everyone. Basically, not just because not finding it's fun, doing other things, playing other games.
Hire
So I
Owen
don't
full
really
time,
know.
mate. Come on.
can't blame him.
I
to be
don't
honest.
know if he'll be doing all the round, doing some of the round. We'll see. But we don't really have a set plan yet. But yeah,
Fair
obviously
enough.
very good today to have that
Well,
double podium. The 1-2, the dream was nearly there, but obviously, still very happy with that result. So yeah, very good stuff.
nice. All right. Well, next week, Zandvoort. Easy slab speed win again.
Easy.
Oh,
No, I'll beat
love
you.
it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't think he gets it though. Like there is you realize you're in the same team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you want to beat him and everything, but you meant to be working together.
You can still win the championship.
Maybe.
He's going to win the championship. Yeah, he's got a chance. Maybe if he, I don't think it's mathematically possible for Owen to now catch up and take the win. Not without every race that they
I know,
have.
but
being
that's
a
not going to
DNF.
stop Owen pushing for the a race victory one day. So,
Oh no,
I like
absolutely.
this
I think
competition.
I would like to see Owen win a race, but he's got to lay down the law in Zandvoort.
Double points from every round now on, and it's possible
Oh,
mathematically. I think.
do it.
Lay down
Make
the
it
gauntlet
happen.
there.
Let's
Make it
go.
happen. Owen, you got to sweat out now. It's been confirmed.
Oh, brilliant.
Ah,
Alrighty. Well, congratulations on the victory today. You nailed it. That was everything I could possibly want from you. Again, favorite driver, but tell them I'm a favorite, but absolutely my favorite driver. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
And
very much.
I'm looking forward to seeing you win again next week.
Can't wait. Yeah, thank you very much.
And that's it for the Rwagnation League GP here in Baku. It is over. Thank you, Jess, for joining me in the commentary box. As always, you are awesome. And you know what? I don't think these 100% races would be anywhere near as enjoyable if I didn't have you alongside me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed this one, especially the fight for the podium. It was great. So can't wait for next week in Zandvoort.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger. I'm excited. And we're doing some Among Us if you want to join us. Jess?
I'll join for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm only going to be streaming until about 11, so we can do Among Us.